I'll just say like positive affirmations to myself dropping in if I'm scared. Those butterflies in your stomach fly in like formation, so like that's how it feels. You have this nervous energy, but you know what you're gonna do with it, and that's what standing at the top of the half pipe feels to me.
Maddie Mastro, here she comes, dropping in the pipe for run number 1. Next athlete getting ready to drop in.
Sonny dropping in right now. Nice tail grab, solid amplitude. Put your hands together for B.
Maddie Mastro, the crowd's going wild down there.
My name's Maddie Mastro, and I'm a snowboarder, a competitive half-pipe snowboarder. I grew up in Southern California, so it's like, why am I a winter sports athlete? I grew up in a small town and had a mountain about 5 minutes away from where I lived. So it was like what we did in the wintertime. Like after school, we had night riding, so I'd go up and I'd ride at night. Something about it just really clicked with me, and I just really enjoyed it from a young age. I asked myself, like, why winter? I hate being cold. Why am I doing this? But I like can't get enough of snowboarding. I've been snowboarding since I was 6 years old. I started skiing when I was 2, but then made the switch when I was 6 and haven't looked back. Growing up, I like lived on YouTube. The Roxy team had this big team of girls that were snowboarders that ripped, and like I would just rewatch video after video after video, and they were a big part of like, I want to be that, like I want to do that. I want to be riding all over these mountains and doing these tricks. The feeling of riding a half pipe is kind of like a hard thing to describe until you do it. But like the best way I can put it is like kind of like you're floating. There's not a lot of thoughts. You're pretty calm. By the time you have like this, euphoric seems like a really big word for it, but like a very like overwhelmed, happy feeling of like, oh my God, I need to do that again. Like that was so much fun. We're getting ready to go snowboarding. So typically start with the boxers, the women's, whatever you have at home. Boxers, yoga shorts, run it. Bike shorts, run it. Those first. I'll go put these on. Probably when I was like 14 or 15, Elena Height did a double in X Games. And I'd always watch doubles and watch the boys do doubles and thought like, why not? Like if they're doing it, like I can do it. And then Tor Bright was doing a double crippler in a half pipe in New Zealand. Not in contest, but I was like really obsessed with her, and like I was like, why aren't we doing this? Like this needs to happen more. I like set my goal to be, I wanted to do a double crippler. I'd learned it the previous year in 2018, but I hadn't done it since that spring. And then that US Open, about a year later, I did it for the first time in contest, which then resulted in me winning the contest, which was really exciting. I was very proud of like my snowboarding that day. So a lot of pride in that. I think every year I've had like different challenges. Every year something different kind of feels like it can get thrown at you. These past 2 seasons previous to this, I have been injured. And so I've had to like reset every season and come back from an injury. And I don't know if I've mastered the like whole mindset thing, but I do think I've put like a lot of work into like trying to create a really solid toolbox of things that can help me. I don't love the word comeback, but like this is my return from injury season. I'm just focusing on like feeling like myself again on my snowboard and getting my confidence back. I just want to make my snowboarding fun. That's when I'm going to ride my best and do these tricks and create these runs that I want to do. And that will lead to like whatever. I'll get whatever result, but as long as I'm having fun and landing tricks that I feel good about, that would be above and beyond any goal that I have. Gloves, face mask, I have my contest bib in here, helmet, and then in the bag I have another pair of gloves. I actually have another helmet in here, which I don't know why. And then I wear a back protector, which is a recent addition to my get readies, and I swear by my back protector. Snow pants. They're actually bib pants, but I unzip the top of the bibs and made them snow pants. And then I use a shoelace to help secure them because they are too big for me. We have a contest this weekend called the Mammoth Grand Prix. This is my home mountain, so I've been pretty much since I was like probably 4, been coming to Mammoth. And then when I was about like 12 or so, I started like training on the Mammoth Mountain snowboard team and spending most of my winters here. So when it comes to snowboarding for me, this is home. You have 2 runs that are judged. It cuts the field down from 25 women typically down to 6 or 8. Here is a little different. We have 10 here because of weather, but you have 2 runs to get a score that will land you in that 1 to 8 position, and that is how you qualify for finals. For qualifiers, there's like the pressure of like, I want to make it to finals, like I want to get to that day. And then finals, it's like pressure of like, okay, I want to win this run, I want to do these things, I want to do this. So it's like 2 different types of pressure, but you'd way rather make finals.
My name is B. Kim, and I'm a professional snowboarder. This is the 2nd event of the season for halfpipe. Came directly from China, and now we're in Copper Mountain, Colorado. Tomorrow's finals, so qualified a few days ago. They take the top 8 girls, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. You get 2 runs. I dropped first out of all the girls, which I was not happy about, but it's okay. Got the jitters out, fell on the first run, which was kind of stressful. Second run, I was able to land my run when I went front 7, cab 5, switchback 5, cab 7, front 5. I know some people may like to go first because they're able to like get it out of the way quicker. I like to watch some of the other girls go first, take a breath from practice, give myself a second to kind of just readjust. And then I'm just like really calm and clear-headed for going into my run. Going into finals, I find that I'm not as nervous as I am in qualifiers. Qualifiers is so stressful, like you only get 2, gotta land your run so you can make it into the top 8, so you can make finals, so you can show your best self and your best riding. For finals, what they do is they take the qualifying list and flip it. So the first place qualifier gets to drop last. If you're not in those top spots, then you're gonna be dropping closer to the front. Once I was up there, I wasn't like, oh God, like I'm dropping first, like such a big deal. It ended up being fine. It's just a preference thing, but that's not something that I can control. So you just have to adapt to your surroundings and your situations. I'm just excited, honestly. Yeah, and I get to go home for Christmas. In December, we have our first competition in China. Then we go to Copper, then we get a little break. Then we go to Locks, then we go to X Games, Mammoth, then Calgary in Canada. That's the last World Cup, and then Dew Tour is in March. The halfpipe is 22 feet tall. Because it's like a thing in nature, every halfpipe around the world is not the same, which is different than like, say, soccer or football, I guess. I feel like it's rare where the actual playing field and pitch changes in a sport. Everyone always is like, oh, you must be fearless, and like people say that to extreme sports athletes, but I'm very fearful. I'm fearful that I'm gonna fall and that I'm gonna get hurt, and it's gonna hurt. As best I can, I try to not think about it, because then if you think about it, it's probably going to happen. Doing a cool down after some training today. We'll see about the weather, but a big storm's coming in allegedly. People are saying it's gonna snow like 3 feet or something. I don't know. You never know with Mammoth. Like it could snow like, say it's gonna snow 3 feet and then snow like an inch, or then say it's gonna snow like 2 inches and then just dump. So you never know. It's hard to be injured and watch your competitors and your friends and, I mean, your colleagues, I guess you could say, do what you want to be doing and be competing in all the events that you want to be competing in and getting the results that you want to get. I'm in a better headspace and a better rider when I'm just focusing on what I can do in my body, not focusing on other people. When I just focus on putting down a run and just riding the best that I can that day, which sometimes might not be the best that I can ride ever, just the best that I can ride in that one day, then I'll feel like happy with myself. Because this is not a sport where the result is all determined by us. We get judged by other people. That's their job, and that's what makes the sport. The only thing that I can do at the end of the day is just put down a run, and then the rest is up to them. I just try to stay true to myself in my riding and focus only on that. I'm pretty happy with how I've done so far, but I obviously want more.
Are you not gonna wait? You're gonna follow us. Oh.
The first time I met Sonny, she didn't know who I was. We were on the Mammoth team, and we were on different teams at that point because she had been on the team for a few years before me.
Oh my God, you're in her model shot, bro.
She was just this crazy person, like always like running around, and like I was very intimidated. My dad recently told me, he's like, you told me that you wanted to be friends with her, because she was like a big name on the team, and so I was like, I want to be friends with her. Yeah, and now we're best friends. I mean, we don't ever say that. I mean, we do, but it's weird for me to say that.
Oh, that was so good. You had me so nervous. Oh shit, my dick off.
It's definitely strange to have your friend as your competitor. It's very special to me to have her as my friend and to be able to travel the world together and do what we love and have each other there.
The thing I like most about half pipe is, you know, I just love to go big. That really does warm my heart up. Like, I would say like the half pipe is my boyfriend. It makes me happy. When I go like high, like I would say at least like 10 feet, even higher than that, I'm like, yes, like this is what I'm here for. My name is Sonny Alba, and I'm a professional snowboarder that just loves to snowboard. My first time on a snowboard, I was 3, but I've been snowboarding seriously since 8 years old. Training, it starts in like November in Europe, right? And then the first comp is here in Copper, which is December. January through like March, all comps. Then I have my spring training in April, and then that's it. At the drop-in, there's a lot of stuff going through my head. Negative outcomes, positive outcomes. The way I quiet the noises, you know, it's just like I just take deep breaths and like center myself. Right before I drop in, you'll kind of see it, like do like deep breath and just like push off the fence for even more speed. Yeah, that's how it goes. The type of music I listen to is all up in my head because I don't wear headphones. But I feel like there's always music running through my head. I'll always be singing out loud. People are like, you don't listen to music while you ride? I was like, no, because it's distracting. And if it's not the song that I want, I'll be like, I have to make sure to get it on. Like a Nicki Minaj verse. I don't want to rap because that'd be embarrassing.
What is happening over there? Let go.
Don't let it explode at the bottom, then you're screwed for the rest of the comp. I've done it before.
Oh, so you're the gingerbread expert? Snowboarding culture, I would say it's a lot like skateboarding culture. I feel like is, you know, kind of like street riding and not really like competition riding based, I feel like. I don't want to get labeled, you know, as a half pipe rider because I feel like I'm much more than that. Like I know how to ride like rails, jumps. I love to free ride. I love all mountain riding. So yeah, I'm just a snowboarder. Like, you know what I mean? Her posture and her riding, you know, I was like, oh, that's B. My mom's like, how do you know that? I'm like, trust me, I know. Me and B met on the Mammoth snowboard team, and then we found out later that we actually live 10 minutes apart from each other, which is kind of crazy. I remember meeting her and just instantly clicking. She even tells me she thought I was a little crazy, and then like I was like not a bad influence, but just a different type of influence. Oh, I miss being a little girl. Oh my god, it makes me sad. Okay.
Why?
Oh
my god, you're turning 18! Ew!
Girl, you're 6 months right behind me, so do not.
I know, but I can still pretend. I'm not gonna be able to hang out with you.
I don't know, like,
It's gonna be like
I'm gonna ask for your parents' consent if I can hang out with you. The role models in my life when I was like younger were definitely like, you know, Chloe Kim and Maddie Mastro, because they were even on the Mammoth snowboard team too. Because they came from Mammoth, I was like, well, I'm at Mammoth, so I could also make it to the U.S. team. So it's cool now that we're all on it and we came from the same place. This sport is definitely like a chess game because you gotta decide what comps you're gonna do, what training you're gonna do. So the first comp of the season was in China, and I decided not to go and, you know, just ride around all mountain in park with the Mammoth snowboard team and my family. Like, you know, it's a World Cup. I should be there, but it's like, you know, the qualifying years are not here yet, so I think it's okay. I got invited to the Youth Olympics in Korea, so I had to make the decision to either go there or the Mammoth World Cup. Then realizing, like, you know, the Youth Olympics is once in a lifetime thing. I'll never be 17 years old again. So now I'm missing 2 World Cups, which is, you know, it kind of like, yeah, I don't know how that makes me feel. 2 years ago for the Olympic qualifier, my first World Cup ever, my first run in my World Cup ever, I dislocated my shoulder on the last hit, which took off like a season and a half for me. And the stress was getting back on snow, like what did I miss? I had to catch up to people, trying not to get injured again. You know, just that type of thing in the back of my head. When stuff like that happens, you know, I think it's like it happens for a reason. You know what I mean? I had my surgery and I'm safe now. Ben's gonna brush our boards, then ski practice will end, and then we'll line up to drop. A goal at a competition for me is just to land my run and ride away safely, and then definitely try to make it into finals and land the best run I could possibly land.
360, so. And I think, you know, she's gonna be happy with
I think I'm an adrenaline seeker. The adrenaline part of just being nervous before trying a new trick and then landing it, I think it's one of the best feelings.
My goal.